AI is speeding up workflows and increasing efficiency everywhere, and the web design space is no different. So, if you're ready to get your website built like yesterday, let me show you how to effectively use Squarespace's Blueprint AI tool to your advantage. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Renita. I'm a website designer who loves teaching people about Squarespace, and I'm the creator behind Gold Standard Design. If you're a creator, blogger, podcaster, or solopreneur looking to dive into the world of Squarespace, I got you covered. Now, if you've already watched my video on Squarespace's AI website builder, you'll know I didn't exactly have the most glowing review of it. I wasn't saying it was the worst or anything like that, but let's just say I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 stars. In case you missed it, I'll have it linked up top for you to check out, but don't click out of this video just yet. We still have things to discuss. Part of the reason I wasn't the biggest fan was because there's this preconceived notion about AI that people have, that it's going to solve all their problems and do all the work for them. I see this in lots of ads for AI services like ChatGPT, where it's being positioned as this workhorse that will lift really all the weight off your shoulders and you won't have to lift a finger. Now, while I do agree that AI tools like ChatGPT and Squarespace's AI Builder do in fact handle the majority of the heavy lifting, I don't think the human factor is emphasized enough. You, as a human, are still going to have to put in some amount of work or effort in order to get your end result to be a good one. ChatGPT's results are only as good as the prompts that you give it, so you still have to put in a bit of effort. So, in the case of building a website with AI, just keep in mind that you will still need to do some of the work. Less than if you weren't using AI, but still some. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to show you how to make the most of Squarespace's AI features so you can build your site as quickly and efficiently as possible while still making it something you're proud to send people to and something that's beneficial for your business. So, what are the basic elements of building a website and which ones can AI take care of quickly? Well, the main elements that go into building your site are your site title and logo, the main sections that you need, things like your home page, your about page, a services section, appointments, blogs, stores, etc., etc. Your color palette, your fonts, and your copy. There are, of course, more things you'd want to put some thought into, like connecting all your links properly, integrating any third-party tools, optimizing for SEO, setting up your Google Analytics. You get the picture. But these are the basics that AI can help you check off your list quickly, saving you time to go do all that other stuff. So before we dive in, I just want to note that it's a good idea to think about the basic structure of your website before you begin building it. So what main sections will you need? What's most relevant to your type of business? Things like that. Certainly you'll want like a home page, but will you want an about section? A page to highlight your services? Maybe a store? Do you plan to include a blog? Take a few minutes and map out which pages will be most important for your particular website. So once you've got that basic structure outlined, you're ready to jump into building your site with AI, so let's see how it's done. Okay, so from inside your Squarespace account, you'll want to go to create a website. And if you don't already have a Squarespace account set up, you can do this by just going to their homepage. So I'm going to go to custom templates. And then you'll want to put in like the category of your site. So for this one, I'm going to type in fitness and see what it comes up with. Now you can choose what you want to do with your website, like what are the main goals that you have. So I will say get appointments, build community, sell on-demand videos, online courses, publish a blog, and that's probably good. Now, you're going to have a choice to build with AI or browse templates, and obviously we are going to build with AI. So we're going to say create site, And then you probably already have a name for your business, so you'll just want to plug that in here where it says your site title. And then you can choose a brand personality, how you want the website to feel. This will help the AI to write your copy. It's going to give you some sample copy. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but this will help that to write in the tone that you want to convey. So I'm going to choose friendly. And then over here, you can see the text sample pop up. So you can play around with these different options and see how the AI words the text. Now it wants us to build out our homepage. And something that you'll notice here is there's no option to like build a logo. So Squarespace doesn't actually build you a logo, but there are other AI tools that do. And if you're interested in those, take a look at this video that I will link up top on the AI tools that you can use to create your logo and do other things like choose a color palette, write your copy, a bunch of stuff. So if you want to go ahead and check that out. For my homepage, I would like his intro section. You can also see they've got a couple that are recommended. So I definitely want a header and footer, so an intro and a footer, and then I'll say about, a social, and a services. Services? Yeah. And maybe an appointments. Okay. Now you can also, I've got already checked all of these recommended pages. So that was sections that we went through, and now we're selecting the different pages of our site. So I will go ahead and add a shop just because maybe I want to sell some products. So, just like we talked about, those main sections that we just went through, they get picked and built kind of not automatically because you're still choosing them, but that structure outline really comes in handy there when you have already sat down and thought about what are the main sections of your site, what are your goals. That will make that process easier to select which pages and sections that you need. Now, here we've got some color palette suggestions, and if you don't already have brand colors, you can take a look at some of these, pick out something you want, and of course you can customize it further to your liking. And also, if you don't have any brand colors and you don't like any of these options, then what you can do is go to a tool like AI Colors, and that will actually generate a palette for you. You can put in a text prompt of, like how you want it to feel, like, fall colors, fall vibes, whatever you want in there. And then it will generate colors based on your prompt. So that actually is covered in that AI tools video that I mentioned before. So I'll have it also linked down in the description in case you want to go check that out. So I'm going to play around here and see how some of these different colors look. How do I want mine to feel? This does feel very corporate with these professional options up here. I'm not sure. I want something bright. Yeah. Something like this. How's this one? Okay, I'm going to go with this one. Now, similar to the color palette options, Squarespace also offers you some prepared font suggestions. So you can scroll through and see if there's anything that you like here, anything that catches your eye. If nothing really sticks out to you, just go ahead and pick one, and then you can always change it later. So let's see. I don't think that one. No. This one, or I'm going to go with this one. Now, in case you want to be able to design some publications or content or graphics on Canva, and you want to be able to keep your same brand fonts both on your website and in your publications, then you should definitely check out my free Squarespace and Canva font guide. It's a visual guide to all the fonts that are in both Squarespace and Canva, so you can design in both and keep your brand consistent wherever you're designing. So I'll have that linked down in the description for you, so definitely go check that out. All right, so now we've got our draft website built for us here, and we can begin to scroll through and just see how things are laid out. So up top, we've got those sections, those pages, excuse me, that we talked about. I wanted a shop, a services page, course, about, and contact. And then they've added this cart, which makes sense because there's a shop. And then also this book now button, because I'm pretty sure we chose to have like a services section. Yeah, services. So the last thing I want to talk about is actually the website copy. So like all the words that have been put on the page. So we've got this nice heading that's been generated for us of your journey to a healthier lifestyle begins here. But what you will definitely want to do is scroll through and just see what it's already written for you. So Squarespace has generated all of this copy based on like the little bit of prompt that we put in. So, but what I do want to tell you is that you can edit and tweak this even more using Squarespace's AI. So what you'd want to do is click edit and then come into any of the text sections. And then once you click on it, we're going to have this little pencil button and then click on this little Squarespace AI button. Say, okay. And then it's going to ask you, what do you need? So I don't need a whole paragraph for this because this is like a little sampling of the services. So I'm going to say a blurb. So it's going to say, write a blurb about and then just press enter. So, and then you'll have the options here to simplify, shorten, or lengthen. And you'll see here that it's actually kept the rest of the text that was already there. So you've got your new text and then your old text, and then you can just read through this and shorten it, edit it, however you desire. But I just wanted to show you that you can still use AI to tweak the copy that's already generated in case it doesn't feel quite right to you. And of course, before you exit the page, you'll always want to save your changes. Okay, so let's talk about what we've got going on here. Like this homepage is beautiful, these stock images. I love this. I barely gave it any prompting and it's built all of these sections already for us. Of course, we can come in here and edit each of these to our liking. This looks like a form, a scheduling form, which is perfect. And then they've got a little bit even about who we are. Of course, you'll want to come in here and tweak this to how you would say it and how your business runs, of course, right? And then we've got our social media section down here. One thing I do want to notice, just to point out to you is, yes, AI did build us this website in like, less than 5 minutes, right? And it does cover all the basics. And it even adds a little bit more than just starting with a regular Squarespace template, right? So you kind of get a 65 to 75% completed site, but you will still have to go through each of these pages, like this location. I'm not over here on Demo Street. My contact information is not correct. My site title, this is not correct, right? And then you'll want to click on all of these buttons that it's put in because we don't know if it's linked to the right pages. Yeah, so that's not what we want. So again, just go through each of these pages that is built here. You can rearrange them, etc., but just double check everything that AI has already done. Check all the links, the buttons, and anything that the AI didn't set up. So any third-party tools, things like that. I think I asked for a blog and I don't see it here, so that's something that I would have to manually go in and add. But overall, this will definitely save you a bunch of time in getting your site built. It gives you definitely a beautiful layout and even some starter copy. So the actual amount of things that you'll need to do is greatly cut down for sure. But just know you will still have to do some things. So, as I mentioned, the Squarespace Blueprint won't get you a 100% perfectly completed website, but it does definitely cut down on the amount of work that you will need to do. Since we're focusing specifically on Squarespace's AI Builder, we didn't get to cover all the parts of building a website that other AI tools can help with, but if you want to know more about which AI tools I recommend for building your site besides the Squarespace Blueprint, check out this video up top where I go through 5 of the most useful ones that I found. So, do I recommend using Squarespace Blueprint to build your website? Yes, absolutely, as long as you keep in mind that you'll still have a portion of work to do. I'm definitely in favor of any tool that can save time and hassle, and Squarespace Blueprint absolutely does that. If you're interested in taking a look at some of the hottest web design trends this year to see what you should and shouldn't incorporate on your site, check out this video to see 6 popular trends and 2 that you should avoid to keep your site looking fresh and current. If you found any of this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Squarespace tips and tricks, and let me know in the comments what other things you're interested in learning about Squarespace, websites, or online business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!